I'm Richard Clarke. I record these talks every day as a way to deepen my inquiry. Listen each day and deepen your own practice. Welcome. I'm reviewing and commenting on the book Talks with Sri Ramana Maharshi. Today is from Talk 601, Part 2. Questioner. When we attempt to cease from activity, the very attempt is action. So activity seems to be inevitable. Maharshi, true. Thayu Manavar has also alluded to it. A doctor advises a patient to take the prescribed medicine with only one condition. That condition is not to think of a monkey when he takes the medicine. Can the patient ever take the medicine? Will he not think of the monkey whenever he tries to do so? So also, when people try to give up thoughts, their object is frustrated by the very attempt. In one of the dialogues, the questioner asks about how to overcome the mind's distractions and find lasting peace. Sri Ramana Maharshi responds by pointing out that the distractions arise because of the mind's tendency to focus outward, identifying with thoughts, emotions, and external experiences. He explains that the key to peace is to turn inward and focus on the source of the mind itself, the self. Ramana often emphasized that the mind has no independent existence. It draws its apparent power from the self, much like a shadow that seems real only as long as there is light and an object to cast it. The mind's movements, its thoughts and distractions, are simply projections arising from this borrowed power. Maharshi advises that instead of being caught up in these movements, you should inquire, to whom do these thoughts occur? By persistently tracing the thoughts back to their origin, you discover that they dissolve, revealing the stillness of the self. This practice is what he calls self-inquiry. The questioner then asks how to deal with suffering. Ramana clarifies that suffering arises because of identification with the body and the ego. When you believe, I am this body, or I am this individual, you naturally experience pleasure and pain tied to that identity. But Ramana reminds us that the body and ego are transient, while the self is eternal and unchanging. By understanding that your true nature is the self, untouched by the body's experiences, you free yourself from suffering. This understanding isn't intellectual, but experiential, achieved through self-inquiry and abiding in the awareness of the self. The dialogue also explores happiness. Ramana explains that true happiness is not something you acquire from outside. It is your inherent nature as the self. When the mind becomes quiet, even temporarily, such as during sleep or moments of joy, the bliss of the self shines through. However, people mistakenly believe that happiness comes from external objects or circumstances. By recognizing that happiness is your essence, you stop seeking it outside and turn within to rest in your natural state. In summary, Ramana Maharshi's responses guide you toward self-inquiry, encouraging you to transcend the mind and ego to realize the ever-present peace, happiness, and freedom of the self. Through this practice, distractions, sufferings, and the false sense of happiness fall away, leaving only the serene clarity of your true nature. So know yourself and be always free and at peace. In 40 Verses on Reality, Ramana Maharshi explains the nature of the self, the ultimate reality, and self-inquiry. My new book, with my comments and inquiry questions, opens these teachings up and brings them into your practice and experience. Available now from Amazon. Link in the video description. These videos bring Ramana's teachings into your direct experience. Click subscribe to see more. Click thumbs up to like, and send questions and start a dialogue with a comment.